What's up, everybody? It is me, KiNGAlpha. Hope everybody's having a great day. So I know a lot of people have been asking for a banner guard guide video, and I'm gonna try my best here. This unit is particularly, it has a lot of animations. It's very difficult to use, and sometimes it feels very underwhelming. But I've been able to have it where in the past, like basically week and a half, I've actually really learned how to get used to these guys. Even though they don't kill massively, I've been able to actually use them pretty well in the regular sieges and actually dominate in the battlefield, which is really, really nice. So keep this with a grain of salt. You know, things may change because there has been feedback. Who knows if they're going to buff them or, fix anything like that. Also, keep in mind that the banner guards are currently bugged as well. Sometimes when you use Indomitable, it doesn't actually give them the buff, or sometimes when they charge, or when you reset their charge and they charge again, they actually don't do any damage. So things like this could happen. Just keep this in mind. However, is the unit worth it, or is it fun? Is it worth it? Not entirely. I wouldn't say rush it. However, is the unit fun? Oh my goodness, they are. They're so fun, especially the banner. I think the banner bit is the most fun bit, except sometimes there can be some annoying bits with the banner. Anyways, let's go into the unit and let's talk about their stats, the doctrines, and everything like that. And then later on, I'm going to be showing some gameplay of how I've been playing with them, how I've actually been able to get them to be very successful and stuff. So as you guys can see, I have the seasonal unit attire on them, and then I do have purple doctrines on them. I will say some doctrines that you can put on them in case you don't actually have all these purple doctrines, because I know not everybody does have these purple doctrines, so I don't want to mess that up. So anyways, in my career, I've actually had a 61% win rate, and surprisingly enough, they actually have a good KD, and they actually do average at least more than 23 unit kills, which is pretty surprising for a unit that is 215 leadership and is technically quote unquote just support. And I've been trying both lines almost endlessly sometimes, and I will say this, it is very annoying trying to figure out which one's the better line. But I'm going to basically give instances of which line you should kind of go. If you're first starting off with the banner guards, which they're called something else when you go top line, and then they're called honor guards when you go bottom line. Honestly, what I would say is, if you're new to the banner guards and you're still trying to learn them after this video and you're trying to get used to them, go bottom line, because bottom line at least allows you to have them at least a bit more tanky. They can survive a bit longer and everything like that, and you don't have to entirely worry about, oh, I gotta do this right, or I gotta do this right, or else they're not gonna survive. At least, if you do something messed up, they can survive a little bit longer. Just don't expect these guys to really survive against any units like palace guards. Sometimes immortal garrisons, Iron Reapers. It's crazy, and even Modal. I don't know why people sometimes expect a purple unit that technically is supposed to be a support to survive against those type of units, and then be like, oh my god, this unit's trash. No shit, the unit doesn't have any type of CC immunity really, and all that type of stuff. So they're gonna be dying to better units. So don't think that that's how it works. However, recently I've been trying out the top line, and the reason why I like the top line a lot is because of certain things that the banner guards have to deal with, which is animations. This is the one unit that animations are like the stupidest thing ever, because all the animations take forever, and you have to basically animation cancel things in order for things to actually work. So one thing I will say this is that I always keep my banner guards in F2 formation. I never put them in column formation, even though Indomitable does give them 500 extra points in damage values. The damage values are only this, which, yeah, this is really good, but they really lack in just overall piercing. Like, all their penetration is very lacking. However, their defense is actually pretty decent, so if you do put them in column formation, or Skilltron, if you do put them in Skilltron, or what they call guard formation, they do get a defense increase to all of their values by 300. So at least their defense of piercing, slashing, and blunt, you'll have basically 778 piercing defense, 844 slashing defense, and even 685 blunt defense, which is honestly, if you look at the other units, this is better than palace guards. This is better than some of the other sword and shield units that are actually out there, which is really, really nice. They actually do have really, really decent health as well when you go top line or bottom line. It's actually almost the same. I think you get maybe, I think, 300 extra health if you go bottom line or something like that. So, keep that in mind as well. Um, but I will say this. The reason I'm actually liking top line so much is because using Indomitable grants a brief movement speed that rapidly decays over 3 seconds. Now, people are going to be like, why does this matter? Because the thing is, when you press Indomitable, it actually has it where they do an animation. And since they do the animation, they don't attack and everything like that. However, you can cancel the animation that they're doing and still get the buff by charging. And what I usually do is I usually press 2 and then I charge because it cancels the animation, grants them all the buffs, but they also get the movement speed boost from Indomitable to actually make their charge do massive damage. I'm talking about massive damage. It's so amazing. Um, Now, in terms of this, I know some people have read this and are probably wondering what to do with the banner. The banner itself, so it says the flag bearer plants a banner that lasts for 15 seconds, during which time nearby allied units get an extra 200 points to all defenses. If an allied hero picks up the banner, you get special skills, basically. Now, the important bit about this is that planting the banner is very cool. Yeah, it lasts 15 seconds. You do grant all allies around you 200 extra points. However, I will say this, the aura of that, banner is not that big. Yeah, in big blob fights, it can be pretty good for like a little bit, but I think you always need to pick up the banner because the banner bit is where you really can help out your allies and even help out your own unit to actually do massive damage. Now we're gonna get into a little bit more details on how to use the banner and how to use all the skills and everything like that a bit later. But let me just talk about the doctrines and then we'll get into the gameplay. So there's two doctrines that you basically need to make sure you put on these guys. Is the reduce Indomitable cooldown by 5 seconds, which you can get from the seasonal challenges or whatever. And then there's the increased banners block by 300. Super important to get this. It's during, you can unlock this by basically just, I think it's like win 5 matches with them or something like that. And you can actually get this. And it's a really good doctrine. This is, another seasonal doctrine that's actually really, really good. Now, for anybody that does have a lot of doctrines, or you do want to take off some doctrines on other units, like maybe paladins or whatever, I do put iron sides on these guys. You do get piercing, slashing, and blunt defense by 150 for 10 seconds. So this is another thing that increases their defense by 150. So you can almost get to 1,000 in terms of some of their piercing and slashing defense. And even if you go bot line, you can almost get them to like 1,000 something for their blunt defense as well, which is just ridiculous for a unit that is a sword and shield unit that it has that much defense for about 10 seconds. It's just ridiculous. This is the one unit that can actually tank Iron Reapers for a while, long enough for someone else to come in and destroy the Iron Reapers in time. It's pretty ridiculous. Now, in terms of the other doctrines I did put the slashing and blunt damage increase for the banner guards, and it actually has been helping them out. I've noticed a little bit of a damage increase, which is really, really nice. And then I think this one is super important for them. Reduce damage taken while charging by 30%. I think it's just 100%, like, it's worth it because you do double charge with these guys all the time. And you're getting 30% damage reduction while they're charging each time. Plus an additional 30% damage reduction in terms of their charge. So it actually can stack up to 60 when they are charging. So it is actually amazing. So do keep that in mind, guys. Don't, if you do have this on another unit, maybe, Palace Guards or something like that. But if you have an extra one of these, throw them on the Banner Guards. It's absolutely amazing. Now, let's say you don't have Iron Sides, you don't have Sword Doctrine 1, you don't have the Fearless Charge Doctrine. What can you actually put? So I would honestly say increase health by 300 is amazing. If you put an extra little health in there, it's awesome. But you can also do it where you increase their block by 140 and get the increased piercing and slashing defense. And these guys would I think they would just be absolutely amazing if you actually put some of this stuff on it without needing, the Iron Sides and everything. Now, is Iron Sides a must? I think 100% for these guys. But these are just some other options that you can do where you just plop on, these doctrines over here and instead of these until you get them. I think it's really, really amazing, and they just can absolutely shred. Let's get into the gameplay video. I'm sorry for such a long guide, but this unit does take a little bit of time to actually practice, get used to, and know when's the right situation to actually use. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Peace. All right, everybody. So I got you guys some little bit of tactics here and everything. And I do want to say as well, there's something else that you can put if you do have like a lot of doctrines and everything, is you can put the slashing arm penetration. Giving them extra slashing arm penetration is actually really, really good. Now, these are basically the basic tips here. And as you guys can see, my Banner Guards are actually fighting out Keshigs, which is, random, should not be happening. And this guy did everything right. He charged, he pressed 2, it should have obliterated them. However, every time what you need to do is just make sure that first off, you always need the banner. You plant the banner down, you immediately grab the banner. Then you press 2 and then press 3 for the Indomitable charge. To charge with the Indomitable as well. Then you press E to reset their charge, recharge again, and then after they recharge again, make sure that they're actually like all the units are inside or close by, and then you press Q, which is that ability to charge. Once you actually do that banner charge, it is like, honestly, it's amazing. That banner charge is actually it feels like sometimes the best bit about the banner. And I think sometimes I don't like to fully engage without the banner unless I know I have some help and I won't lose my guys, because that is one thing though. They are very susceptible to like easy damage, so they can die really, really easy. So I typically always try and use them with the banner. Now, once you finish charging with the banner, you can basically throw it away and actually help all your units and stuff. Sometimes I do have the banner a little bit afterwards just to see if I can get a kill with the banner, but the best bit about using the banner is the fact that you can reset the charge, give them damage reduction, basically help out all your allies here. And you're even going to see that 21 Banner Guards are going to be able to duke it out with a little bit of help, but versus Berserkers, which Berserkers are known for like being 1v1s, unless it's against like meta type units, you know what I mean? So of course they're not going to, it's going to be it where like they're just going to be able to duke it out and probably win once they go berserk. But as you can see, Banner Guards did well, and they actually can help out a lot. So I think the big thing people need to realize is that when you you always need to press 2 before you charge. The Indomitable has an animation that is a bit annoying, and you need to basically just make sure that you always press 2 before you charge, because the issue is that if you charge and then you press 2, they do like a whole little animation, and it's super annoying. That I will say this, you have to get used to the animations in this unit, planting the banner down and everything. You always need to make sure that you plant the banner where they won't have to basically like, I guess, like get killed while the banner's being planted and stuff. So there's a lot of key things with this unit. Yeah, it's a bit annoying, but it's a great unit. This unit's actually pretty great, and I actually love this unit when it comes to fighting. And honestly, it has a lot of fighting capability, and I just fully enjoy using these guys to their fullest. And so this unit does take a lot of skill, and it has a lot of bugs, but hopefully they will work that out. Hopefully this guide has helped you out. Let me know if it has, because I know a lot of people have been wanting to actually play these guys a little bit more, and are curious whether they should unlock them or not. 215 leadership, they're really good. You guys should definitely get them. I hope you guys have a great one. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.